Hello and welcome back to Fiend Fun Time. Today we're just going to be playing some casual Songs of Six. And I don't have a lot to talk about other than I'm going to be going on a little bit of a trip, kind of a family thing. So I will be away for a few days, although it won't affect my schedule. I just figured I'd let people know. Maybe I'll come back with a new outlook on life, just like I have in Songs of Six. I have played quite a bit of it. Sorry, and I think that it's still about average. It mixes the good and the bad, and you can see I'm on a new city. This is the same Iron City name because that's my default city name. I just call it that because I like to go for iron. It's one of my favorite things. And we're playing as Dundarians. These Dundarians are doing all right. They're not too bad, although their deaths are kind of altering their happiness. I probably shouldn't actually build this so close to my agriculture zone, which I'm building. We've got a little bit to go over in this game here, what I'm doing and what happened. But first, I'd like to note that there is going to be, I don't know how soon, but relatively soon probably, a new update to Ostfront. Call to Arms, Gates of Hell, Ostfront, like the longest name ever. If you're unaware of that game, go check it out. It's an awesome game. There are a lot of YouTubers who play it. Pretty popular. And it is a awesome World War II sim with plenty of mechanics, really realistic to a certain degree. But then to a certain degree, it's kind of arcadey. It's been on my list of games to play for a long time, and if you have seen some of my older videos, I have played a little bit of it on my channel, but it is a game that I have over 1,000 hours in. More hours in Call to Arms than I have, or in Gates of Hell. Yeah, Gates of Hell. I call it Ostfront. I have more hours in that than anything else. So I really enjoy that game, and I plan to play a little bit of it on this channel, hopefully in the future when they update it to make Conquest more playable, which seems like their goal. They're going to be making it so that each map has persistent damage, which is something I've always wanted to see in this game, and new unique animations for units as they're moving based on like mocap bodies and stuff like that. So they'll actually have different variations to their movement, ducking, all that different stuff. So it seems like they're really working hard on the animations, and they're cracking down on the list of things that the community has asked for. And this is a passion project. And like I said, this is the best part of the Fiend Fun Time videos, is I get to talk about games I normally wouldn't be able to talk about in a Sixth Sense with a positive outlook, because there's so much more than Six. Six has some good and it has some bad, but I'd say Ostfront is mostly all good, like 92% good. And the only gripes I have are like tank things and certain things your troops do, and certain stuff like that, like where your tank will auto target infantry who are like using rifles compared to a tank like a tiger tank, and they have the one weapon that can take them out, and they miss that shot that they had because they turned it and slowed down their aiming, basically. But that is just little tiny things compared to what Six has, where there's a lot of like glaring, very glaring issues. And like I said, I try to avoid talking too much about it. If you're in my Discord, you know full well my true opinions on Songs of Six right now. As a whole, I think that Songs of Six needs serious rework towards lowering difficulty for difficulty's sake, as Jake apparently wants to make the game harder for just the sake of harder. He does it with like a backwards twist, and I'll say that I've seen people in the actual Songs of Six Discord express grief at the higher levels of 8,000, 9,000 population, and they're in different versions. They're not in this current version, but the one I saw, they had literally 7,000 people sick, and they had a relatively average city. So if 7,000 of your 9,000 population is sick, or roughly what I was having was the same, until I got my health up. it is quite difficult to play. And what happened in my last city, the Iron City, and we'll get back to Ostfront a little bit, actually, in a bit. But I want to talk about what happened to the last city, because I hit this, had a rinse and repeat stopgap, where at 3,500, I could not progress my population no matter anything I did. I was altering zones, actively adding decorations, keeping the peace, upgrading regions, giving people jobs. Unemployment rate was great. Environment, everything was good. But no matter what, this happiness stayed down. You can see we're obviously starving too. So we probably should put some people, the rest of our workers, at the bakery here. And people might say, well, that's just a game. Get over it or get good. And I agree, yeah, I think so. Sometimes when you're actually knowing what's going on, though, and you can see everything unfolding before you, that, like, a cope mechanism doesn't really work, because you know exactly where the failures lie, and then you see exactly where it's not fair. So, I'll give a good example. We're selling gems, right? These gems should weigh, or sell us for a pretty penny, right? Let's go offer one gem, right? 182 for a gem, right? And now, if I add 10, let's do, oops, right, gotta do it like that. It's not gonna let me just type it in a zero. That's 182, which is fair, right? Then I go into 50. Wait, never mind. Hold on. That's fucking 50. 7,000. Even then, that still doesn't feel like you're getting the same value. Maybe I'm wrong. I could probably do the math on the side. But as you get closer to a point, you'll start to see the number. You see, as you get past that, it literally drops back down. It goes from 66, 68, 69, and then it dropped it back down a little bit. And it's based on the bulk amount. And it seems fair at first until you realize when you're trying to sell like 350 things, I only got like $15,000. And then when I go to buy things, 1,000 grain is fucking $27,000. So it's not even worth buying at a certain point. For 286 grain, it becomes an astronomical price for just your region here to purchase. So you get a poor amount of resources. Well, let's see. Let's do the trade-off here. How much is a gem worth? 73 gems, so you get 431 grain. And that's a fair trade for me in this cold bitch of a world that I live in. Because obviously I can't really grow. I'm in the cold, so I have to work with what I've got. And I can focus on what's good in this region, but it would be essentially making rations and trying to do it that way. In the past, this is one of the most viable strats as a Dundarian, was to purchase fucking grain, because you yourself cannot make it properly, or tax it from your region. So now, at this point in the game, it's become so challenging to actually do that. And this is the reason why I test these different races, because I want to see where the difficulty lies. It's become so difficult to actually even keep a surplus. I have these 2 grain farms, thank God, but they're not near enough. They're not near enough. And we're going to need another one. So I'm going to actually add another one. But I'm avoiding hitting 200. Because I'm scared. I'm very scared. If I hit 200 population, we'll have to start building a military, and we'll have to deal with our neighbors on that level. So I'm trying to sit at this level here and kind of fix my problems before I get to that point. I don't believe I can, and that's kind of what I mean when I say that you get these stopgaps where it feels like Jake artificially created this wall. And in my joke in my community is that Jake is going to become the enemy of his own creation here, where he is the biggest monster that you'll ever encounter in this game. You will never have to face an army or fucking another empire as tough as Jake will be on you, because holy crap, it can be pretty brutal what happens to you in this. I've seen people getting declared war on just consistently every other 5 minutes just for existing. Oops, I don't want to do that. And all kinds of other stuff. So 6 is in a state of please help me, God. But I think no matter what, I'll still have to play it, because there's a part of me who's addicted to the pixel people, and no matter what, I have to watch them. I have to watch them move around. I have to watch them push this bread in, or this grain and coal into this little thing here and pump it, and then retrieve a loaf of bread. Yes, yes, and then bring that loaf of bread to here. Yes, no, there's no bread. We're fucking starving to death. Dude, what the heck? What do I do? What do I do? Please. Now, as you can see, I have this nice freaking thing. Oh, my fucking Steam just pulled me out of my fucking game. I thought I crashed. That is common with OBS now, too. Steam is not the culprit for the crashing. It is actually OBS. Crashes Songs of 6 now. If you're in the game and then you open OBS, it's fine. But if you're opened with OBS first and then you open the game, it will straight crash. So if you're one of those aspiring 6 tubers out there, that's a fun fact. Just make sure you check that out. But back to what I was saying, because Ostfront is really on my mind. It's going to be one of those games I play probably a lot of and do kind of in between. I won't do the full operations or the conquest mode, but I will cut pieces of it together, maybe make short montages, because that is something in my mind I'd love to do. But they fixed quite a bit, and it seems like they're going to be working in a proper direction, so I look forward to that. I think that people should keep an eye out for that. If you haven't already got the game, go get it, because it's usually pretty cheap, and for what it's worth, you'll have a lot of hours to play. And I think that it sucks that you have to buy Call to Arms, but I just hide it in my library and never think about it ever again. So there's definitely that. But let's kind of see what's going on here. Let's see if we can't fix my population's issues here in this episode. As you can see, I've got the woodcutter over here. What I had intended to do was actually grow trees, and I probably can't do that because there's a lot of rocks in here. So let's clear all that out. Yeah, that way they can plant other trees could maybe grow in here. Because it says till. Ideally, you want to have alluvium here. This alluvium ground, which seems to just form on its own. I don't know if it's something I did or I don't know, but my goal is to get it up here so that I can have woodcutters along the road closer to the town. Instead of all the way down here, and then we can try to get as many people as possible up over here, and then eventually we'll take our water from here, and what we'll do is we'll do a classic plumber strat where the water coming from here will just continue to go through here, so it will just reconnect in here, so like right here probably, and it'll look nice, look really nice, so that the Dundarians can live and breed, or sorry, that's frowned upon in my people's culture here. They don't breed. That's for freaks. They will live solely and die here tragically. And hopefully, by that time, we'll have a massive ass army. I think honestly, I'm gonna have to fucking force it. I'm gonna have to force it, buddy, because we have some serious needs here. My fish level at. I need to get a warehouse for the fish too, but I don't want to. No, we haven't filled this up, so it's fine. Throw some fishies here. All right, we're doing it. All right, let's get the military training ground immediately. Go in here, training ground, and we will put that. Ideally, I want it to be like right, yeah, kind of like right in the center. And the noise fine because the Dondarians, they love that shit. 13. 13. What I hate is that you can't... It's because it's double-sided. You can't do, like, a proper number there. So let's try to do that instead. We'll probably, put different doors in here, too. That. Try to do a number that's going to fit with my military size. So 25 is fine. And then we will put a bunch of doors in here. 3. Right. Looks fine to me. Centralized enough, right? Perfect. Let's get this going. These guys are going to start mining that out. We're just going to keep authorizing people so that we can actually deal with our problems through food and... or growth, I should say, not food. We need food. So we're going to do another... No, I've been doing them about 18 apart. It's 9 that you... or 8 tiles of, like, fertility that you'll get. At least that's what I remember. Let's change that too. Gave you fucking 2.5 tiles of fucking fertility per fucking square feet. Fucking goes back on everything and makes it much harder. And that's supposed to be the way it is. We're never supposed to question our overlords. Just accept the game as it is. Don't worry. Don't worry, it'll be okay. Sorry, my salt breaks through sometimes in this game. I'm very passionate about it, as many people probably could suspect. Or suspect. My own fucking words are betraying me in this fine day, but it's usually due to the fact that I'm kind of in a loud environment all day, and then switching off that personality is a little challenging. Especially because being on a job, like actually like with machines and like power saws and stuff going on all day, you have to be a little loud. And there's not really room to be quiet. And at the end of the day, your fucking brain hurts a little bit from all the noise. Don't get into hard trades, kids. Let the robots do it. Just kidding, actually. I don't think that the AI will ever be capable in any serious manner to actually stop the growth of like real trades, because as they grow, more machines are gonna need more people to build and fix their facilities, and that's where their downfall comes. They'll never win. They'll never win. Let's give ourselves some more of this here. So let's see. If I put all of that in there, we're at 309. It's going to go up 256. I swear that was about what it was before. So per year, we get about 900 grain. If each Dondarian eats about 2 to 3 bread per season, that's or per day. Still not enough, really. Workload is low. 6 people work here. We get a bonus of 1.5. Bonus of 1.9. Or 0.9. Species. What is giving this one such a good bonus? Species. Technology. Does the technology not boost this one? Oil. So, I don't understand. How's this one better? Get through the exact same goddamn thing. They both have the moisture. This one must have... No, it doesn't have anything more than the other ones. That's very strange. Sometimes it feels like you're having a stroke when you're watching yourself play this game, and then you don't know if you're doing the right thing, but you're looking at the numbers and they're actively telling you exactly what you should believe. And you're like, am I crazy? Am I falling asleep? Did I fall asleep at the wheel and I crashed into the fucking median fucking 2 years ago, and I just now realized it and I'm a ghost and I've been dead this whole time? Is that what's happened? And I've been playing Songs of Six this whole time? Holy shit, you guys are the audience? Oh my god. Holy crap. What the fucking hell? Alright, let's get this in there. See, this is the ultimate goal right here. We'll try to get this up here. It looks like that's the distance of the alluvium. I don't think it'll go further, but this is rich soil. So if it's going to be rich soil all the way, we may as well plant a nice big old farm here. You want to have a nice farm. Right? That way they can grow grain. And we can upgrade that. Nice. And what we want... Fucking bastards. Immediate. It just is an immediate thing. Luckily, it's worthless stuff. That's what we can find it. Oh, I thought he actually was serious. Dude, don't fucking play with my fucking emotions. Jake knows what the fuck he's doing, you fucking asshole. Don't fucking play with me right there. I thought they were being genuine. I thought they were actually like, yeah, no, we're fucking with you. We're actually gonna fucking raid you after, dude. You asshole. You son of a bitch. It's 36. Okay, so let's... What I do is, boom, move that. And then I will dismantle the shitty road through here and actually build a nice road through the center of it. Hurry up. Need more workers. Get a road. Something like that. And then we will put a additional woodcutter kind of down here as far as it'll let me go. Don't do that to me. I'm in the middle of trying to place a building. Okay, that's the max right there. 30 workers. That's an awesome amount of workers. And what we'll do is we'll make a really big old building here for our storage. I mean, 40. What we need to do is put a 10. Perfect. That's it here. And then the workers that live here, what we'll do is this building, or well, no, it's not. So what we'll do is just copy this, and then place it right here. Oh, the owls are very trippy. I don't know if the owls are normally in the other regions. Makes me think there's like a real owl in my ear. Let's get the warehouse as well up here, because he's gonna need it. This is only gonna be for wood, so it doesn't need to be massive. It's not gonna keep up with the although yeah, it probably will actually. This is with the intent that it might expand. Something like that. That's 9,000 plus whatever is upgraded. It'd be nice to have a feature where you could see what you get when you upgrade for that building, so you'd know exactly how much storage you'd actually have at the end of it all. That'd be a cool feature. Let's get that going. Put more immigrants in here. So we're doing alright financially. Let's throw some more people in the mines. 22 should be good. Although, like I said, it's not really keeping me... Of course, 20 fucking people died to an accident. Alright. And we need some kind of weaponry here, so let's see what we can make. I don't want to do that if we could get Balcata's. Oh, we got 10 knowledge for it there. 18 people there. Let's keep letting people in. At this rate, we need him. Of course, fucking route. You have to do your mid-game rush here in order to get your fucking rain. My goal is to probably take a region like this, but Sparlin is in the way here. And if they don't like me, they'll just kill me. 37,000. I don't have anything worth $37,000. But if I make furniture or armor, I mean, might have enough. I actually want to expand this to match that there. Perfect. Perfect. I hope people don't get the wrong impression, though, that I think this game is amazing. It always will be, but I think that Jake needs to kind of figure out where his true heart of hearts lies here. And decide if he wants to make the game a brutal simulator, he would be basically alienating a large portion of the people who initially bought the game for what it was. If that's his choice, I think that's perfectly fair. It's his life. He can do it as he chooses. But, there's definitely a case to be made that a lot of people are just not gonna like the game, and his reviews and his cult-like status as a game developer will kind of diminish, my personal opinion. Not like I want to see that happen. I'd love to see the guy fucking thrive and strive. That's the way it should be, but you can't expect people who've been led on to have one type of gameplay to kind of enjoy another that has been changed so quickly in such a way that the players who like, it's like kind of grew up on it, you know. These are things that I loved about 6, and to just see them get torn away piece by piece, and just know that like there's never going to be like a real backup for Songs of Sticks. It's just always going to be the same kind of, you have to do these specific things. Like, I'm not using that knowledge because I probably have to use it for some kind of medical shit. And as Dondarians, I don't think I have the capabilities to get those things without just focusing on them. Like, I have to just go from here. I can't. I have to get the medicine. I have to go to here. So this is going to cost me at least 20, that's 50, 70. And if I look, and this is what I don't like about gaming, but I have to do it in order to actually play the game. You get a 25 knowledge here. So that's 35, 65, and that's 100 plus 115. So that point you get the physician. You have to get the physician. You cannot get anything else. If you're any race, that is basically Jake saying, here's your get out of free jail card or whatever, get out of jail free card, and use it wisely. Because if you don't, sorry buddy, you use that knowledge for fucking whatever else stupid thing you wanted. Well, you shouldn't have done that, kid. Should have done something else with your fucking resources there. And that's meta. That's entirely meta. I think that players who don't like meta, like myself, are gonna fall off, and they'll be trained. Like I said, I'm addicted, so it's hard to drain me or drain somebody who's completely addicted. We're gonna do this because I had that brilliant idea. I had that brain blast. Yes, finish building that too. Perfect. So there's gonna be a bunch of guys there. 13 workers. We need at least 2 guys here. I want these fields to be loaded with fucking grain. This one should bring in a good amount. The cycle tilling plus 58. So it doesn't say exactly how much Why is it? Oh, it's over there. It's on the this menu. 910. So 15 workers there. 6 workers here for 559. 15 workers for 900. Let's see if it boosts after the first year, because I did just plant it, but I think that's the max. You do the math. You tell me. What's the size here? Let's do a quick check. This square footage is 35 by 35. So it's like God fucking knows, but this square footage is 26 or 27 by 16. It has less workers. They both have less workers combined, and they produce more than this farm. I guess it's because this canal is doing it. Maybe. Could it be that the canals do a little bit more for them? I don't know, honestly. I brought up these questions to Jake on whether canals actually do achieve any kind of purpose or not. And his real answer was that he doesn't really know much about how the farming is working right now. And that actually infuriated the fucking shit out of me, because it's like, what do you mean you don't know? He hardly plays. I think that's one of his worst features. It's that he's not aware of exactly how hard the game is. He gets to about this population, and he goes, oh, well, this is way too easy, and then he quits. He's like, I'm just going to exponentially increase the value of the difficulty for these next levels. And then when they actually, people like myself get to those levels, they find that they're in hell. In actual agony. But yeah, it sucks. I was stuck really, really hard in the human city. There wasn't anywhere that I could go as I tried to build like more houses and stuff, or more nurseries. I couldn't really do that, and that's why I'm playing these guys. I want to see if their natural immigration status continues to grow, or if it diminishes over time, and then you're literally capped, or you've taken all the Dundarians from the map, or if Jake's OP Dundarian super race is just the guys that you should play as, because that's what the game is intended to be played as, and then you enslave everybody else and you put them in little fucking stone mountain holes, and you keep your bugs in the back, and you keep your Kryptonians out front, and you keep your fucking humans in the labs, and that's what it should be. The Telapis and the Mevians don't matter, because, to be honest, fuck those guys. Fuck those guys. And Cantors, yeah, well, I don't know about no Cantors anymore. The time of Cantors has passed. I don't think anybody can get a Cantor in their city anymore. I don't even know where they live. Yeah. There's no Cantors. The nearest Cantor is probably like fucking... Let's see. Bastion. These guys here, I guess they're all kind of outskirts. You will never see a damn Cantor in our life. They're basically mythical at this point. We need some more miners. The clay. We need more clay. For the boys. An auxiliary in here. Put that. Well, that's not enough. Put that in there. Boom. That finished. So we've got maxed out wood right now, which feels good. These guys can get maxed out too. Let's get our crafting up there. We got 22 innovation, so we can actually get a smithy making falcatas. And we won't really use... Oh, actually... Yeah, we'll get that knowledge back. We don't need Falcatas because technically what our people are going to be doing is beating the living shit out of people with hammers. Gotta remember that. That's what you do when you're not a dwarf, you're a Nord. I could be wrong, maybe he changed their height, but I'm pretty sure that they're still Nord height. Canon Nord height. Which means that they are like 6 feet tall. Plus. Like, even the women. No matter what. They're fucking like NBA players. Let's build this little building here. It doesn't even matter. Whatever. We'll put that there. Why did I build it like this shape? Nah, it just fits the style. Let's check a average Dundarian here. 3.6 Tath. Oh, they might be midgets again. 4.5. Or they might have always been midgets. Maybe they're not. He doesn't have... Oh, 4.9. He's a pretty tall one. 4.9. But they are fast. They are very fast. Let's check. We can check their average height, I think. Battle behavior, physics. That's their weight, stamina, speed, acceleration, health, lifespan. Doesn't say their average height. But let's just assume that they are tall. Kryptonians are pretty tall. At least from what I remember they are. I'd love to add some more to my city, but I will probably do that in the next one. I'm not going to be doing multiracial until I can kind of play as each of the races like as their own, and see if I can do well with them. Like I said, if I like the game, I'm going to play it more and more. Still am enjoying myself to a certain degree, but I find that I only enjoy it until I hit the later game, and then I literally fizzle out and quit, which has the exact opposite effect as to what Jake initially wanted from it, which is kind of sad, unfortunately. But there are ways to change that. I think that community feedback is very important to listen to, and there are a lot of fucking reviews on this game stating people's feelings towards the matter. Let's get these guys equipped with fucking warhammers. Let's give them full warhammers. 400, right? And then I actually want to give them 100 guys. It's gonna be tough to train them all right now, but the reason for that is that I want to have a mass of guys hitting them with 100 fucking warhammers at once. I don't want to have anything else. And I want to spend the rest of my knowledge, but we have unavailable clay, so we need more workers here. I think we can't build another one of these. Yep. Let's do that. We still don't have enough clay, huh? We just upgraded this mine. Let's put these guys here to work. And I could take some of these guys out. Take some of these guys out. They're not necessary right now. Doing pretty good on those resources. We get 25 conscripts. Our blacksmiths are pumping out hammers like nobody's business, and we're going to actually need some storage for that in a second. Let's get a thing going here. What I'll end up doing is probably just putting a big old storage building right behind it here. Or actually, this might be a perfect little spot for it. Kind of have a connector. Oh, we don't have any way for them to get in there. Well, that'd be useful, wouldn't it? I want it to match the other side. So we're doing good. What's keeping these guys unhappy right now? Religion. What do you mean religion? I guess, you know what? They don't have access to religion down here. Shrine to a third. You want some religion? Here you go. Get your religion. You fuckers. Let's drop that down there. So if that goes up to 30, we can get armor. Metal armor. And that would be great, because then we can have metal armor equipped Dondarians. Did we just have a fucking catastrophe again? God damn it. Should have grabbed immigrants when I had the chance. I was thinking that this would probably happen. Here, you know what? How about that? I will just keep forcing people to join at a very rapid rate. Because, like I said, this is the expansion stage. Until I can get the health, I just have to keep focused on the food situation here. How much more... Our pressure connected is not doing good. We need to make sure that these jobs stay occupied, because technically these people are our lifeline here. Let's get another hauler for this guy here. So get the bread out of the fields, or the grain I should say. That's perfect timing as our Warhammer stockpile is completely full. I saw that coming. Well, what I might do is just something like this, because technically we need to have the troops getting in here to grab their resources. So we'll have something like that. There we go. Oh, sorry. I don't want that. We'll have to fill that gap in there. That. Actually, you know what? I did not mean to cancel that. Fuck. I'm thinking because I want to have... That's probably going to be the warehouse that... Or the factory that makes plate armor. So we're just going to have them coming in from there. So we'll have it, like, flipped this direction here. And these guys are plate armor. Oops. We want to do it, like... down up here. Correct? Yes. I think. No, it keeps fucking up. Alright, cancel all this. Cancel this. You. Flip. Over one. Right? I believe so. Correct. Yes, perfect. That's a lot more hard than it needed to be. But we got it. We got there. Alright, put this to be 10, 8. So we go down to that 9. Then we can drop this. Put that up. Actually, you know what? Let's put that. And of course they got rid of that. Whatever. That way. Change this one over to have it here. So we're doing pretty good on some materials. We have $0 constantly. It's pretty pathetic. Can't do anything with tools right now anyways, so we're not going to open that up. But I do want to actually make a real smelter here. Why don't we make an actually big, nice smelter? Put this space here. Something like that. And then, let's get rid of what's inside of it. So I can kind of work what I'm, or see what I'm working with. That in there. So we'll probably put two nice big furnaces in. Yeah, that could fit there, because I just want to make sure they have a way to get in. And then we want to have a good amount of storage, because these guys may be pumping it out pretty quickly. And so can we get away with it? Yes, we can. Might be able to get away with another furnace combo here. I'd rather have 30 than... Perfect. That is awesome. That is an awesome smelter size. So that way we have 30 people working in the smelter. That should keep up with the 20 or so, 30 workers grabbing iron ore. And then we can start turning serious amounts of machinery and other stuff out. It looks like our boys are training. We've still got 25 training. They trained pretty quickly. Let's get more of this clay. We can't really afford it, actually. Wait a second. Ideally, if we get more food days, we'll also see a better population. So I think it would be within our best interest to get a ration maker. And he will work outside, because I don't want to see him. What is my problem with ration makers, you might ask? Where does it all begin? They smell bad. They're clunky. I don't know. Something about them. I just don't like them. And truthfully, you shouldn't either. They're no good, rotten, lousy. I don't know why I don't have... I just don't make fucking certain buildings like lavatories. I don't even have a bathroom yet. I should probably do that. Get rid of the birds. Nice, we got some meat. Let's get a nice bathroom in here. Latrines. Got a ton of these little fuckers in here. So that's 140 services right there. Let's actually see if we can do something a little better than that. So I'd like to get a couple hundred services in here. Right, like that. It's 215. Is this going to be a pretty exorbitant bathroom? I think so. But I don't like that level of style. It's not my cup of tea there. Might just do that, yeah. Put those like that. Oops. No, I want to do that. And then we will enter here and here. And here. And here. Okay, 215 services for the bathroom. That way we can actually get that going. Start to see these guys happier. Although we are pretty happy. Oops, I did not want to do that. Alright, so this guy is taking bread and making rations. I make that much space for now, and then what I'll do is actually make a dedicated warehouse for just rations here. So that way we have plenty of storage, because we're going to need it. Honestly, at this rate, it's better in my mind to turn the bread into rations, because rations just simply preserve longer than the bread. So if we have spoilage of 13, we'll have much lower spoilage. Let's actually see it. Set it right there. 5% per year, 100% per year. So yeah, that's a definite. We want to start 81, 159. That's good. So that way, like about half of the bread that's made will get turned into rations. Let's also get harvesting wild edibles. I have them harvesting herbs. Yeah, they are harvesting things. Where are the herbs from here? Well, they're on the other side of the fucking water. That would be useful. Do I not have any others? That's all the herbs. It's gonna suck. So what we're gonna do instead is just, we're gonna buy them. So let's make a... Oop, we don't have an herb farm technology. We want our metal technologies first, so we'll wait for that. What we do have is still a worker shortage. There's 59 workers here. Laboratories, the warehouses, mass spare speakers, food stalls, clay pits, woodcutters. We can drop some of those. Probably like there. Clay pits we need. Smelters, carpenters, ration makers, smithies. Fisheries. I thought I gave you fish storage. Oh, you know what? We deleted our fish storage. Yeah, that. We need to make sure our fucking warehouses are working too. Get that going. Get that going. We don't even need these guys working like that right now because, to be honest, furniture's pretty good. And then we'll get that. Upgrade this. That there. Then we can remove these guys. Grain storage. Perfect. Food days are still going down though. Shouldn't be consuming these. Yeah, we're not going to lose any of the spoilage now. They're going to consume them all. I like that. That's good. So we want to see consumption. Alright, we're getting there. Starting to see some growth. Truthfully, I don't know if the fish is doing me any solid either. We're not producing near enough. It seems like a huge labor sink because I have unlocked the technology to unlock this fully. It costs 600 total innovation to get to the first level of the unlock, like the basic fishing unlock. That is absolutely redonkulous, considering that most of the races and most people I've seen have not reached even close to 600 innovation for any of their techs. Maybe total they have 600 innovation. So the idea that that is the level you need to reach is wild. It's pretty absurd. And it makes fishing a no-go strategy. Unless you're a literal fish boy and you can just pump out tons of the fisheries because you like to fish. Dundarians, I don't think they like fishing. Let me see though. They might actually like fishing. Work priorities. Let's see what they like. Nope. It's not there. Oops, sorry, a little cut there. Had an interruption. What was I doing? What was I doing? It's always a fun experience coming back to something that I was doing, and you can hear me out of breath because I ran up my stairs. Ugh. Breaking all kinds of walls. Every wall ever established in YouTube must be crushed. There is no such thing as professionalism. Not anymore. Not after I'm done with it. Not after I take it and I break it in half. And I send it to the nether realm. Who's professional now? You're not professional. Certainly not you. Let's fucking toss a baker in here. Try to get creative with the shapes here, because why not? They're fucking Dundarians, why not? Who says they have to be perfectly perfect every time? You know, they can do what they want. Let's do something like this. That way there's two entrances. Sounds like that's 24. Or I feel like the other one there has more workers in it. Let's put that there. Then we'll put an auxiliary. I have an idea. We're gonna make it bigger. Like this. And we'll put another additional couple ovens in here to make it 48. And we'll add an entrance exit way. Kind of. We'll put a road in here. We'll put something like right there. So that way they can get out. Probably have some houses over here too. Who knows what we do. Stick it out though. Gonna build it like that. Like that. Maybe we have some houses in here. Oh, perfect. Exactly. It needs to be multiples of 5. So we can put that guy in here. That. And those will be 2 houses. These guys can get to work on that. We've actually got spare workers now. So, let's see what we can do with those guys. There's nothing wrong with having too much wood. You get what I mean. If you understand what I'm saying. You catch my lingo. If you know. You know? I just watched what happened there, though. That hauler didn't technically do anything. So he... Can I set this to stock? Prioritize fetching, allows worker to fetch from all other storage in their priorities within the radius. Pullers. Storing. Oh. Let's just put an additional worker in there and hope that that does the difference. Just what we needed, an ellipse. An eclipse. Whatever it's fucking called. Fucking Twilight fans over here. Now let's get a real upgrade. This is what I needed to upgrade. That was what I was forgetting. Auxiliary. Get this actual real auxiliary building in here too. Perfect. That way we can max out what's going on over here. Some more housing. Could be good. We've got 30, 40 workers here. Yeah. Perfect number of houses for the perfect number of workers. Okay. This is kind of what I've been waiting for here. Get to make our decision. Why are humans worth as much as fucking Kryptonian? So let's do that for now. And then let's go into sales here. See what kind of money we can make. So we have... Wow. It's quite a bit of money. I don't want to sell stone because that's not infinite. So just give me that 100,000. And you can keep the 3K, you son of a bitch. Let's go back and buy... Let's see how many we can get. With our army of guys, we should be able to withstand 42 Kryptonians or so, yeah. And as I mentioned, this building here is not as efficient as I'd like. So, I might as well do that there. We have just enough pressure for at least a couple more of these canals to run off the side here. So, we would do that. And there. 0.5. We put the grain farm in here. Oops. And what I'll do is, I think I have, how many slaves now? 42. So we'll build 50 little slave huts over here. And they can just exist right along the road. Right here. And let's make sure that their occupation is solely working as grain farmers. You shouldn't be working in any other trades. Don't do it. I don't want to see you there. I don't want to hear about it. Matter of fact, you shouldn't even be thinking about working at other jobs there. Why is it saying there's still 55% workers at other places? We all working at the grain farms. I don't want to see even Dundarians working at a grain farms. If you never, ever. Who's starving? Why? Hopefully this one can get done faster. That just freed up a bunch of workers so we can get back these guys into their work here. Just train these guys a little bit more. Some people might die here, but I'm willing to accept that. If they can get this done, though, that'd be great. Here, what we'll do is we'll expedite the process here. We'll cut the wood manually. Because that's all we need is just to just start working. Our grain supply is pretty good. I think with a second bakery actually working like a real bakery here, you can start to see a real change. And then what I'll do is I'll actually build a warehouse out of the side here. We need to dig more this way. Put a warehouse across the street. Like this. Put some houses. I think I can fit them. Yeah. Oh, I lost track of it. There it is. I'm gonna lose all of this in here. Even if it's not useful for that, we'll just turn it into bread storage. Oh, we gotta make sure that these houses are organized properly. Where are the Dundarians? Okay, Dundarians. You live inside. You live in the places that you love. Okay, and then stinky Kryptonian slaves is your houses. Get over there. but I want to see Kryptonians work in the fields here. Maybe get another farm in here. Let's see what that... Not the best farmland, but hey, at least these guys are making a decent... Oh, wow, 1,000 per year. With the... with the fucking Kryptonians. Holy crap. What was I doing, man? I had the freaking wrong guys doing the job. These Kryptonians are no joke. They tripled it. Or they doubled... Yeah, no, they tripled it, basically. You fucking sons of bitches, you are fucking killing it out there. Double rations for them. Double the bread rations for those stupid-ass Kryptonians. Making me a pretty penny. Alright, we'll do that to this one, too. And then we'll actually edit this building here to have a... There... Go. Let's see, perfect. Let's see if we can fit these houses in here. Nope, we can't. So, what this will turn into is a bread warehouse. Why do I have 3 bread warehouses? Because they're important. Because I need to have as much storage as possible. And this will probably be an off-put storage anyways. Oh, it's one of these shaped buildings. Fuck. It's one of the buildings that I hate the most. You can't properly get storage. Bit. Yep. You know what? It's not even going to be any of that. It's going to be its own building. What can we make it? Make another ration maker. How does that sound? Something else completely. Put the storage on the wall. Put a nice workbench. Get away with a pretty big amount of stuff here, so let's see what we could do. Like that. So that's 18 workers. Yeah, we'll do that. Okay. Technically put another workbench in here over like this, and then like that. Perfect. Have to put this in now so that it's actually supported. So upgrade this all the way to there. Like that. Couple workers. I have to be careful how I do this. Just do it like that. And then dismantle this guy here. I kind of want to keep the settings for the upgrade gas. These guys will pull from here. Yeah, that's a smarter way. That way we have plenty of storage for grain. Holy crap, we have a lot of bread. Got plenty of knowledge now too, so hopefully we can get that boosted. That's working. That's working. This guy is working. He's working. Let's get this. I'll need a little bit of bread and more of this. I should probably do that. And then when I want to, I can upgrade it. Or actually, this might not be a bad place to just put the third warehouse of a massive size. So that we can actually utilize what's here. Perfect. Awesome. That's gonna be good. And I actually want to edit this storage bench down just a little bit so that they can actually exit the little building here from there. Oh, that's cute. Alright, perfect. Let's go. And with the excess storage available, these guys should be very happy. We have 400 total slots. And we want 400 people, so technically my housing is perfect. The Dundarians, who'da thunk it? My friendship started with humans, and now it's over. Now Dundarians are my best friend. How am I losing innovation? Excuse me. Explain to me that. Actually, to be honest though, you don't even want to have that much storage. If your storage is that full of bread, you're doing something wrong. I think you really don't want to have a lot of bread. You want to have, like this, rations. Tons and tons of them. Because if it's going to expire, I'm better off turning all of it into rations like that and then just letting them eat the rations. It's not their food preference, but at least it's available. And these guys collect all that grain here. Did want to actually add a mason. But the problem with the mason is that the size of the mason will actually have a problem dealing with our stone. We don't have recoverable stone where we are, actually. It's on the other side of the fucking map. So we can't get stone reliably other than mining, which seems redundant knowing that I'm in a mountain. But I promise you it will run out pretty quickly. But you have an infinite source. And that infinite source is over here. Probably would get to the region control before I even think about getting to that. But I will continue to build over, and I will build a area for the mason to go so that I can actually get some pools going on. That way, these janitors and everybody also has some cut stone. We're gonna start seeing some statues in here. Oh, we're running out of everything. Oh god. What the fuck happened? Well, moment of truth. Let's see. It says she is my sister, Reaper de Villa. Reaper de Villa is worth $160,000, and she has some pretty troops, but our guys are better trained, and we are not gonna back down from this one. Not today, boys. Not today. Do want to get, however... Do you guys really not have... Oh, you just don't have sufficient access to the janitors. Well, let's see what happens. We'll wrap this video up with a nice battle here. And we will see who was victorious. Make sure all our guys have full weaponry here. Yep. Don't have our armor yet. 35 troops versus our 100. There's no way on this planet they win. If they do, I will hang up my Songs of Six hat and retire. I will let someone else take the crown. I'm just gonna fucking flatten the actual shit out of them. We're gonna hit them so hard, they don't even know what's about to hit them. Say none of them have the training necessary to actually withstand a void. It's... Alright. We're gonna run into position. Assembling here. Alright. Go. Go, 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 go. Formation. Charge! The first rank. Smashes in. Alright, tack. Finish him off. Let none survive. I'll teach you a fucking lesson for doing this to me. Surround them. Yeah, we're gonna gain way more morale this way anyways. Yep. Send them to a 30. Talappy scum. Talappy freaks. That's interesting. My morale brought their offensive skill up a little bit there. Oh, we lost one. Once they have the metal armor, though, they're going to literally be unstoppable because we are going to have them in max armor as well. And that was it. That was it. We lost one brave Dundarian, and we gained a ton of money. Awesome. Looks like we got some slaves too, but we can't use them right now. So that's it for today. I appreciate you all for watching. Like I said, I appreciate the feedback that people have in the video comments, all this stuff. It always helps out in the long run. So if you have some stuff to say, even if it's negative or positive, I always like to hear. So be sure to leave me a comment if you'd like me to respond to it in the next video, and I always will try my best to remember. Anyways, we'll see you all in the next one. Goodbye.